있습니다.
시민들의 불안 심리를 잠재우기는 쉽지 않아 보입니다.
신세가 뜨거웠어요.
It's a groundbreaking ceremony for a new factory.
Did she mention seeing anyone who was sick? Anyone on a plane at the airport?
No, she said she was jet lagged.
The average person touches their face 3 to 5 times every waking minute. In between, we're touching doorknobs, water fountains, and each other.
Matt. No, go up to your room, honey.
So we have a virus with no treatment protocol and no vaccine at this time.
You had a seizure this morning, Beth.
She had a history of seizures and allergies.
As of last night, there are 32 cases.
Unfortunately, she did die.
Right. So can I go talk to her?
Mr. Amos, your wife is dead.
What are you talking about? What happened to her? What happened to her?
Is there any way someone could weaponize the bird flu? Is that what we're looking at? Someone doesn't have to weaponize the bird flu. The birds are doing that.
Watch this. It's transmission, so we just need to know which direction.
On day 1, there were 2 people, and then 4, and then 16. In 3 months, it's 1 billion. That's where we're headed.
They're calling out the National Guard. They're moving the president underground. People will panic.
Get away!
People tip over.
The truth is being kept from the world.
Cook your samples, destroy everything. Hello. I need you to get me the names of everyone who serviced this room. It's an emergency.
You can't panic now.
I know.
I'm going to get you home. I got people too, Dr. Cheever. We all do.
Don't talk to anyone. Don't touch anyone. Stay away from other people.
We're taking your car. We're not sick!
It's figuring us out faster than we're figuring it out.
It's mutated.
The rules are simple. Number 1, avoid populated areas at all costs.
Where are you taking us?
I'm taking us to safety. It's an old motel. Place has been abandoned for years. Number 2, you come into contact with other people. Assume they have it.
Stay where you are!
Number 3, the virus can survive on surfaces for up to 24 hours. Never touch anything that's not disinfected.
You're gonna be okay.
And the last rule,
What happened? Nothing.
take what you need
Get up.
and never look back.
Why did you not do this? Please don't leave me here.
You break the rules, you die. You follow them, you live. Maybe.
Brian?
It's not Brian.
You know them! Somebody had to do it. It was gonna be you, Danny. Back off! Back off! We're not infected.
He's got it, doesn't he?
I'm not gonna end up like him. What's going on? Quiet! Help!
One topic dominates the news tonight. The bird flu pandemic sweeping the world has arrived with devastating results. 32 died today from the deadly virus, but by morning, health authorities fear that number will be in the hundreds. Thousands of people are being treated in hospital. Already, social order has broken down. There were riots at vaccination centers when stocks ran out. Gangs are roaming some inner city streets as crime goes unchecked because the virus has cut police numbers by 1/3. The federal government is taking unprecedented action to try to contain it. Every single word of this news report is fiction. There's not one word of fact. But then, it's not fantasy either. What we've done with that report is simply draw from America's pandemic influenza strategic plan. The plan envisages 2 million dead, 8 million in hospital. But is this all wide of the mark? Is it scaremongering? Now, some of the world's leading experts are claiming this scenario is not unrealistic. After all, it has happened once before.
Available now on video on demand.
Someone just blew up a truck on the 405.
It's gotta be some sort of coordinated attack.
The airports are closed.
People are panicking.
I knew the great collapse was coming. So we sold our company and moved to Northern California.
This is not a damn apocalypse. And even if it is, didn't we all say this would be the perfect place to ride it out? This is the first time we've all been together in like 8 years. I propose we table all serious apocalypse talk until tomorrow.
That's the president.
This is a serious time, but we are a serious people.
We are serious people. That's code. The martial law is in effect.
I don't think we have any other choice but to cooperate with these guys.
This is my home, not a military base. We cannot start giving in to their threats.
We should talk about ways to secure the house.
Water's pumped from the well over here. Everything's powered by the solar panel.
I had no idea you were such a survivalist.
People talking about you in this solar-powered castle full of outsiders.
Who are these people? They're my guests. So we're not good enough to be your guests. I'm dealing with real problems.
Our marriage isn't a real problem.
Not compared to our survival. This is the kind of person I've been talking about. People who take advantage. No, please.
Hey YouTube, War Child Warrior here. So, with those trailers that you just saw, those are all movie trailers, right? But what are those movies trying to tell us? What do they suggest in those trailers? You know? It's like those trailers are basically showing us what's happening now. So these are movies, you know, fictional. But what's happening now kind of looks pretty familiar in those films. And so my point is that they show us these movies and we're like, ooh, this shit looks badass and scary and it's fucking a good movie, you know. But now look at our real world, our real life. We're living what was happening in those movies. We're going through exactly what was happening in those movies. If you were to put up a split screen and have those movie trailers on one side and our news, you know, footage from what we see every day on the other side, you wouldn't be able to tell which one was a movie and which one was real life because they look exactly the same. And that's not a coincidence. That's on purpose. It's interesting. It's very telling, you know, because who controls Hollywood? You know, who runs Hollywood? Who owns Hollywood? All those actors and movie stars that are in those movies, making these movies about what? Real life, what's happening. Hollywood, you know? So when you hear people say, oh, you know, this shit ain't real and the movies is just a movie, it's not real. The movie itself isn't real, but it's telling a story of what is really happening or what is really gonna happen. Almost like a blueprint or a plan. And then that's where people you lose people there, right? And then they start saying, oh, well, this guy's just a fucking nutcase conspiracy theorist. But when you see the movies and these trailers, and then you see what's going on, am I really crazy? Or is it crazy to think that this shit couldn't really happen? And even with all this happening around, people are still looking around, telling themselves, it's going to get better, it's not happening, and it's going to be okay. Even with everything falling and coming down around them. So some people really are just stupid. But I just wanted to do this little video to kind of show you guys that it's funny how these movies are mocking real life. Shit's eerily similar. And some of these movies tell us, well, this is happening now, but this is what's to come. And we can already see what's happening, right? With the Capitol and all the military. What does that look like in some of those movies? People being dragged off into army vehicles and put into camps and flamethrowers and stuff. That's not too far from what's actually happening here in our country, in our world. Just keep that in mind. Anyways, I'm going to cut this video, but I just wanted to do that, guys, and show you something a little different. Alright, I hope everybody is safe and doing well. God bless all of you. Stay safe, stay free. Keep God in your hearts, okay? And I'll be back with another one soon. War Child out.